Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video series where we are discussing the planets related to the Vishnu avatars or the avatars of Vishnu. Okay. And in today's video, we will be looking at the avatar of Narasimha, which is related to the planet of Mars. Okay. So remember that Nara means man and Simha means lion. And it is the last animal avatar connected to the planets, and it represents half lion and half man. And if you notice, all the malefics that we have discussed in the previous videos, Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, and Mars, and in this video as well, these are all animal avatars. Okay, and this is the last animal avatar that represents the evolution to that of a lion. Okay, and the story of Narasimha avatar, it starts with the demon named Hiranyakashyap, who had become emperor of the universe. So he had a lot of occult powers protecting him that he had acquired through tantric practice. And he could not be killed by a human. He could not be killed by an animal. He could not be killed at day. Could not be killed at night. He could not be killed inside. Neither he could be killed outside. He could not be killed on the ground, and he could not be killed in the sky. So he believed that he was worth worshipping, and you know he was greater than God. Okay, and if you go by the story, the demon was very anti Vishnu. He was worse than an atheist. Okay, so when his wife got pregnant and the other devatas or the beings of light found a way to intercede, the the divine Saptarishis and Narad Muni would all visit the wife in her dreams and tell spiritual stories to the pregnant wife. And thereby the baby would hear these stories and became very, very spiritual in the womb. So this lesson also highlights a very significant aspect in raising children. It shows the importance of the time when the baby is in the womb. So everything that the mother hears or does influences and conditions the mind of the child. And even the mother's mental state is very important, as it is, as it directly conditions the mind of the child while it is still in the womb. So Narada told this lady all kinds of stories of Vishnu and spiritual teachings. And as a result, the child which was born as Prahlad was incredibly spiritual, okay, a great devotee of Vishnu. And seeing this, the demonic father, that is Hiranyakashipu, was not pleased. Okay, and why? Because his son was spreading spiritual teachings about the love for God and converting people away from materialism into simple spiritual lives, right? So the demonic father, he created all sorts of strategies to accidentally have his son die, like stampedes of elephants or making him sit on a burning pyre. But then nothing would work, as Vishnu would always protect Prahlad because he was filled with supreme devotion. And finally, the demon father, he became very infuriated and frustrated while trying to covertly destroy the son. So he faced Prahlad directly and said that, what is this God and that you keep talking about? And he was ready to put an end to the life of the boy if necessary. Okay, and they got into a whole argument about God, which is, the omnipresent nature of God. Okay, and finally, Hiranyakashipu asked his son, there is no God, and if so, where is he? So Prahlada replied that he is everywhere, Sarva Vyapakeshwara. Okay. So everywhere in everything, Vishnu is all pervasive in everything in the space element, which is the Akash Tattva. So the demon could not be killed during the day or during the night, yet the argument, it happened just at sunset, okay, which was neither at night or during the day. And in the argument, the demon Hiranyakashipu mockingly says, if God is everywhere, are you telling me that God is in this stone pillar here? And they were standing on the doorway to one of the palaces, not inside, not outside. Prahlada said yes, and then his angry father punched and shattered the stone pillar. And out of the shattered pillar, from the shattered pillar actually emerged the lion-headed form of Vishnu, ferocious and angry at just being hit. So Narasimha picked the demon and put him on his lap, and he wasn't on the ground, he wasn't in the sky. It wasn't daytime, it wasn't nighttime. He wasn't inside the house, he wasn't outside the house, he was in the doorway. So Narasimha killed the demon and installed Prahlada as a king, who later on became a very spiritual king despite being born from a womb of a demonic mother. Okay, so Narasimha represents the protection of those devoted to the divine. Okay, so when we surrender to divinity, we let down our hands and don't fight. That is when God comes and protects us. Okay, Narasimha teaches us to acknowledge the need to be protected. The path of the path of the spiritual being is when we take God as our sole protector and when we open ourselves to divine protection. And with this comes, confidence and a form of trust, okay, in a supreme benefactor to make our endeavors successful. Okay, so this exalted aspect of Mars is about protecting those who are devoted. At a deeper level, the demon was killed because he did not allow himself to see God everywhere and used that ignorance or avidya to promote his or her his personal gains, not her, his personal gains. And the lower nature of Mars was destroyed by being the pure child and having devotion. Remember, Mars is shown as a young child, okay, as in his Shiva form of Kartikeya. Okay, so it is very important to approach Mars as a young child, because if we try to be too controlling, Mars energy can be very dangerous and destructive. So when we approach Mars in an innocent, unselfish way, the childlike devotion removes all obstacles and the ego is destroyed. Okay, so Mars, if it is placed badly in your chart, in a lower nature, it is going to give you a lot of fighting, quarreling, and control type issues related to the fire element. So when we invoke the Vishnu form of Narasimha, we are removing the negative, controlling ego and awakening the devotional child that exists within. Okay, and this removes the fighting energy, because at the highest level, Mars is the internal warrior, fighting the spiritual battle. So Narasimha removes the over-aggressive attitude that is projected to make up for one's own weaknesses. And by worshipping Narasimha, we invoke the exalted energy of Mars that gives inner strength through a very strong faith in divine protection and guidance. Okay, and the mantra for Narasimha, which of course you can chant because this is a Prasiddha mantra, is Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. Okay, Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. Please chant this for 108 times or 27 times if you have a badly placed Mars or afflicted Mars, and you'll be soon seeing a lot of differences in the way you conduct yourselves. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with your friends and family if you think they're going to benefit from this content, and leave behind your feedback in the comment section. And in the next video, we'll be looking at Vamana avatar of Shri Vishnu. Namaste. I'll see you soon. Om Gurave Namaha.